Hello, Boss TV people. Welcome. Today, we are tackling a deeply painful and pressing issue that has resonated across Nigeria and beyond. The tragic death of Sommie Maduagwu. Her story isn't just a personal tragedy. It's a stark reflection of systematic failure in our nation, from security to healthcare, that continue to claim bright futures. Sommie's untimely passing in Abuja has left us all shattered, exposing the raw vulnerability many Nigerians face daily. We'll explore the heartbreaking details and what her story means for all of us who believe in a better Nigeria.
And then, of course, the updates on Pengasin versus Dangote refinery with the industrial court ruling, and down to the security issue in Abuja, which has cost the life of such a bright star in the person of Sommie Maduagwu. Your take on the stories this morning?
Okay, I mean, what can I say? I'm shattered, I'm broken. I was on the court playing tennis when the story broke, and somebody had called my attention to it, and it was a very, very shattering moment. But you know, when I started seeing the reportage, and I had a rough night, because this was a great woman that had a life ahead of her, but it was cut short. And somebody brought my attention also to a tweet that somebody had made a couple of months ago that made Nigeria not happen to us. But the sad reality is that Nigeria happened to Somi, like it happens to all of us. And that's why we speak against the injustices here today. We have seen messages being sent to condole with us by those in authority, and we appreciate their messages. But our charge for them today is that, can they just work hard at making what happened to Somi not happen to any other person? Because that's the greatest pain in this country. The police was called upon, nowhere to be found. They got to the hospital after it's been repeated many times. And when you see a gunshot wound, treat them first. But the hospital talks about identity. And these hospitals will say they have doctors that signed up to the Hippocratic Oath. And then very avoidable death. Somi came back to Nigeria because she believed in this country. This country that will celebrate our 65th independence a couple of days from now. She could have stayed back in the UK. She had a British passport and a Nigerian passport. Some will say if the roles were switched, probably if she was abroad, she will have a medical care that can respond to her. Somi is all of us. Today, we are all Somi. Because what happened to Somi could have happened to any of us. It's sad that Nigeria has happened to us again. But if there's anything we'll have to do, is to ensure that all the things Somi fought for when she was alive, we fight for those things to carry on a legacy. Somi didn't want much. She just wanted a good life for everybody out there, young girls and people in general. And you see, she was somebody that loved life. But because of our leaders and our system we've built, life is constantly taken away. We live in a country where life does not matter.
The raw emotions from the speaker in that clip is palpable, and for good reason. Sommie Maduagwu's death is more than just a tragic incident. It's a damning indictment of the state of affairs in Nigeria. As Rufai Oseni said eloquently put it, Nigeria happened to Sommie. This phrase encapsulates the fractions and despair felt by many citizens who see their lives or the lives of their loved ones cut short due to preventable circumstances and a failing system. Let's unpack some of the critical points raised. The account of the police being called but nowhere to be found highlights a severe breakdown in law enforcement and emergency response in a situation where every second counts. The absence of security forces can mean the difference between life and death. This isn't an isolated incident. It speaks to a broader problem of inadequate security infrastructure and a lack of rapid response capabilities across the country. particularly in critical areas like Abuja. Equally disturbing is the revelation about the hospital's conduct, prioritizing paperwork and identity over immediate medical treatment for a gunshot wound is not only unethical but a direct violation of the Hippocratic oath that doctors swear to uphold. This bureaucratic bottleneck in the face of life-threatening injury is unconscionably, it points to a healthcare system that is either ill-equipped, lacks proper protocols for emergency, or is plagued by administrative inefficiencies that cost lives. For someone who believed in Nigeria so much that she returned despite having a British passport and the option of a better medical care abroad, this failure by our institution is particularly heartbreaking. She chose to invest her future here, and the system failed her at her most critical moment. Somi Street, may Nigeria never happen to us, has become a chilling prophecy. It's a cry that resonates with many Nigerians who constantly navigate a landscape riddled with insecurity, economic hardship, and a compromised social fabric. Her fight for a good life for everybody and her love for life itself underscore the immense loss, not just for her family, but for the nation. Her story forces us to confront the harsh reality that life, for far too many, truly does not seem to matter in the eyes of those who govern. We must demand accountability and systematic change. Sommie Maduagwu's legacy must not be one of despair, but a catalyst for urgent actions. As Rufai Oseni urged, those in authority must work hard at making what happened to Somi not happen to any other person. This means a complete overhaul of our security apparatus, ensuring rapid and effective emergency response. It also demands a radical reform of our healthcare system, where immediate care for life-threatening injuries is paramount, regardless of identity or paperwork. We must honor Somi's memory by fighting for the justice and the dignified life she envisioned for all Nigerians. Her life and her death reminds us that the struggle for a better Nigeria is far from over. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Boss TV for more stories. Thank you.